Folks, hello, and we are live. Welcome to Gamers Health. I am Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. With me, as always, on Saturday night. And we are live on Saturday night, but we are not Saturday Night Live. But is my lovely wife, Rachel.
Hello.
Otherwise known as Rach.
Here we go.
So, in the life of Rach and Eric, or Rach and Tenkar, we had drama. We last night, I was like, it's a little cool in the house, but temperatures were dropping outside, and I didn't think
I'm
too much.
always cold,
Right.
so
Rach is
I'm
always
going
cold.
like, is there heat in there? Like I was coming like to, touch the heater or whatever, because I'll like walk around the house touching the heater or whatever to make sure that heat's coming up out of it, and it's sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't because it's on a thermostat. So
Right.
If the temperature is stable in the house, it might not be on. But yeah, so like I feel the cold a lot more. We had like a day yesterday where temperatures dropped pretty fast and significantly. So of course I felt that, and so I was going, is there heat? And he's like, yeah, Rachel, of course there's heat.
Of course there's heat. Why would there not be heat? Although even I put a blanket on. Usually I sit around in my shorts, which
I was like,
which means my boxers.
You're cold too. Don't even lie.
I'm not cold, and putting a light little blanket on me. I went to bed. I pulled my extra blanket up. I mean, it wasn't bad. Right, so I'm not thinking much. So I wake up this morning, and I actually woke up early this morning, used the bathroom. Was like, a little cold, but heat should turn on a little bit. Morning bit of heat that we're used to, and I went back to bed. And then I get up, and I'm like, there's still that morning chill is in the air. And then I went, let me go downstairs. I went downstairs and I touched the wooden bench. And this house was built in like 1905. It's the original
wooden post, big wood.
Yeah. And I touched it and went, it's cold. I got the same.
Well, I knew when I woke up, I was like, oh damn. I kept feeling it through the night. It was cold as well.
Yeah. It was cold as a witch's teeth.
And an iron cast bra.
An iron cast bra, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But so I went down to the thermostat and listen, it's not one of those like Nest thermostats. It's an old thermostat. Apparently, it was 17 years old because it was dated on the inside. And I'm like, hey, the LCD screen is kind of blank with just this battery thing on it. I go, alrighty then, it must be the batteries. And I open it up and go to take out the batteries. And I realized that one of the two, metal connectors, they have these, small springs behind them either side. So the batteries stick in there nice and tight. Well, the left side wasn't sticking in nice and tight. So I tried that, everything fixes with tinfoil, whether it was your old reception or a bad battery connection. Like, batteries, look, the batteries got corroded. Well, scrape off the corrosion and put some tinfoil in between.
Does that really work?
Apparently not.
Yeah, I couldn't make it past the stank of the corrosion and just usually threw shit out like that.
Nah, sometimes it did, but I mean... All right, so, by the way, I want to say hello to everybody. Dean Kellogg, Anonymous Dude, TXG, and Ken McKeon. Welcome. Thank you.
Anonymous Dude.
Hey, I could be Anonymous Dude. It could be me. What isn't it? But I could be the Anonymous Dude. So, all right, go downstairs, look on the side of the heater, of the boiler, and I go, all right, you got a phone number to call. And I call. Nice guy, older gentleman. I'm going to say older. Just you can just tell. Yep. I go, tell my problem. He goes, yep. Mm-hmm. You can be there Monday. I went, today's Saturday. He goes, yep.
Cold.
He's like, well, what happened is nothing was happening.
It was a dead day at the office. So we let everybody go home.
It was a dead day at the office. There were no calls, so everybody just go home.
And it was already noon. So they said, you go ahead.
You go ahead. So Monday, it said Sunday. Excuse me. I would have been like, all right, well, I can just I can do that like oven on preheat evening. Jeffrey, what is the cat doing in the background? the cat has her water bowl behind us, and it's an electric water bowl. It pumps the water so she believes it's fresh. Just kind you can fool cats with the
Oh,
most.
is she? Oh, she's having a sip.
Yep. So that's what we have. That's from the back there. So you're gonna say, what's with that wooden flag in the background there? And that's been up for a while, but okay, that's what the cat's doing. So,
With the image of the dachshund.
so I asked that question that most of us will not ask anybody that's in a profession that's overly paid and highly skilled. Yeah, listen, I really think it's the thermostat. How hard is this shit to replace? There was a moment silent, and I hear, not hard at all. It's 2 wires you got to connect. I went, seriously? He's like, seriously. I'm like, and then he tells me like, it's a Honeywell 4000. We didn't get that one, only because they didn't have it at Home Depot.
Well, they had 4000 series, but
They
I
had
think it
4000
was
series, but-
programmable.
Yeah,
And your parents didn't want
Yeah.
that programmable because they were
Right.
worried about not knowing how to use it.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
my father when what was going on, he was like, first he was like, well, call these people up, and I'm like, okay. Now, if they had come, it would have been like I think 150 just to walk in the door.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. This I had to do. Didn't even have to turn off a brake, or I had to turn off the burner's emergency switch because I'm guessing some current goes through that. So yeah, it was connect white to white and red. Was it white to white and red to red?
Yeah.
White to white and red to red. The worst problem was that I was working with plaster, which meant that the old holes that connected the old thermostat were useless and pretty much just a big hole. So I had to like find a way to make the plate for this now. The old one was rectangular. This one was really. This is
Right, to put it over the thing and have the holes not be visible from the previous.
Actually, we picked the right one because it's pretty.
It seems quite responsive.
Yes. So my biggest thing was getting the base to it. Sadie's done with her water. To actually stick on the wall, because that was my big fear. Is that this thing's gonna come like just falling off the wall the moment you try to adjust the temperature, which would mean that I did a bad job at installing it, which I would be happy to admit to doing a bad job at installation. But I didn't have to. Actually went well. The best thing that we did too at Home Depot, because I looked at the old one, I went, oh man, there's a really small screw I got to access, and so we had to get a really fine precision set of screwdrivers. It's a good thing because I needed the precision set of screwdrivers just to connect the wires on the inside of the thermostat. I was like, holy shit! But I got it all connected, all set up. They went downstairs.
Yeah, and they had the littlest ones on the bottom. Which was good because
and
I probably wouldn't notice it all on the side.
But when I went downstairs and turned that switch, and I heard like, and then it was like I heard like a thunk, and I was like, all right,
yeah, I just heard click,
and then I heard the sound of flames.
Yeah,
I was like, we've got heat. Although I'm still dressed for the non-heat, because whenever you see me, I'm always wearing short sleeves, and this is like kind of like a quilted shirt. I tend to run hot, but I guess I had chills in me from that. So, wow, you all are active tonight. Z Wiki, good evening. Anyone know a semi-realistic post-apocalyptic RPG? The Morrow Project, yes. One that I was never quite able to run. It was given to me for free by my friend Paul Benedeni, God rest his soul, lost him on 9/11. But Paul gave it to me because back then I was the one that could understand and learn any RPG. Except that one.
Oh.
Well, that one and oh God, Bushido. So yeah, the Morrow Project is a little bit like the Fallout premise that you wake up after a global disaster and have to rebuild the world. But the Morrow Project takes it seriously, and Fallout does not. I didn't know there were 4 editions of it either, David. Holy shit. Ken, thank you. I learned a new skill. Okay, I got something I can now put on my character sheet. I can install the thermostat now. Now I'm kind of like, wow, maybe we want to install one of those like intelligent ones, like the
Not Nest.
not the Nest.
Google or
I'm sure.
does it come for Alexis?
It's gotta be, and that way you can be like, hey, I don't want to say the A word because
she'll start talking.
She's like, what? I can't do that skill yet. But hey, A, turn the heat up, girl, because I'm freezing my ass off, and then I don't have to walk downstairs to do so. So, yes, it is. It did seem very lethal, and Bushido. Listen, I couldn't figure out another game, by the way, that was given to me. This time, and actually, this is going to kind of fall into part of what we want to talk about. Back in my college days, my early college days, we for some reason we thought we needed an extra player or two for a gaming group. We already had regular 5 or 6. I don't know why we needed extras, but whatever. So we went to the Complete Strategist, and Complete Strategist had a cork board, and you could put up a index card and request player to add. And my friend Andrew gave his number, and we were looking for a player in Queens, and we got this guy. Couldn't remember his name for shit. And actually, he wasn't a horrible fit for the group, but he only showed up once. And he showed up that one time and brought Bushido and said, "Oh, you're the GM?" He goes, "Hey, listen, if you can learn how to run this game, I'd be happy to play it." And it was Bushido, and I'd heard of it. I was like, okay. And never came back.
I never heard of it. Till
today. So now I'm wondering maybe if we weren't a good fit for him. We probably weren't. We were a bunch of college assholes. But I mean, I shared about this earlier on the channel, and it's a thread on Reddit, and what came up on YouTube. So here's the issue that showed up on Reddit. DM in their own home campaign they added a player to the group. So this wasn't from the start. We're mid campaign. We added a new player, and apparently the player was liked by the group and all that stuff. The new player was a vegan, and the new player after their first session demanded a cruelty-free world. And initially reading the Reddit thread, you kind of go, "Oh, that's just the GM making it a demand." No, you read.
Well, that was my question. I was like, okay, I see one sentence, and it's like, okay, the person might have been forceful or assertive, or what was that? I guess you guys been talking about assertion and aggressive. The difference between those things. And we can definitely talk about that.
Oh yeah.
But, not to veer it off in another direction, but when I see someone is demanding, and then they're like kind of like describing the person, it's like, okay, the person has some sort of different lifestyle or a different need or whatever it is, and they're really enthusiastic about it, and sort of like, so they're demanding to, and it brings a different.
But they kind of were demanding.
But then when you looked at it more deeply,
if you don't acquiesce, you're being cruel to me. If you can't, it's your world, right? You're the DM.
Well, it sucks because this person is like putting the power with that person.
Yeah.
If it was like, this is my stance on veganism, and because of whatever she did, something for a living or something in her life,
right.
Where I guess she witnessed a lot of cruelty in the aftermath of that. I guess something that she said made me believe that.
Why are you playing D&D? There's other RPGs.
And so I said to I feel like it's like but to say it in that way, like if I don't get what I want,
cruel.
Then you're the cruel person, and putting that responsibility towards somebody else, where honestly, to me, I feel like the game master
Mhm.
maybe just present what you can and can't guarantee this person, and you're welcome to be in the group, but I can't guarantee from week to week that people will not share about eating meat, or not that, like, not that it's always a topical thing, maybe it was a fluke during that game, and
Well,
it was just that person was there,
it's like,
but like there's certain things that you can't guarantee, just like when I was a program director, for a substance abuse program. There were people there, "Oh, I don't want to sit with gay people, I don't want to sit with welfare people," and it's like, yes, we do try to help people, be with other people that, they're gonna be able to hear. But there are situations where, you know, you can't control for those things. And honestly, you have to be ready to be around all different types of people. So that is not a fair request that you make.
all
And,
right.
you are more than welcome to be here for your treatment, but we can't guarantee those things that you're asking for. So
Yeah.
you either have to get okay with it, or we can make,
Other
I mean,
arrangements.
not that I can like make a referral to another program that's gonna guarantee anything like that, but
If we,
I'm sure you could find one if you paid enough money.
sorry, I need a
You find a nice boutique program, I'm sure you could get that.
yes, I need specifically a vegan drug treatment program.
Yeah, or a vegan, yeah, so
A
like,
vegan
not
group.
not that D&D and drug treatment are the same, but I
Wow.
feel like it's a situation where you're accommodating many different people from the public,
Right.
yeah, like you meet online, maybe a friend introduces a friend into it, and so it's a little more secure, but yeah, I just think, yeah, it's like he needs to put it back on her, so
Right.
it's not him who's being the cruel person
And that's the
and
thing too.
endorsing cruelty,
Right.
because that's not his belief, and he's entitled to his belief. But and he's entitled to his meat,
Right.
but
It's like, whoa, wait a second. Does this mean that during the game, I can't eat my beef jerky or have some cheese or? But
right, all of that's from
yeah,
animals, and
right.
yeah,
David Thompson at the end of the vegan story. Good
interesting.
grief, no backbone. Ken, I only want to be with very cool people like us. There we go. David, the vegan player's dog starved to death because she couldn't find a dog food that wasn't tested on animals.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that. Actually, that meme is up on my side screen right now,
Aw.
Dave. Posted in my Discord. My Discord's always up on the side, by the way.
Aw.
But again, here's the thing, and that's part of the reason why I titled this one. You can accommodate people, all right, but the accommodation shouldn't be at the cost of the group, all right. And there are things such as small minor accommodations. Like somebody goes, hey, listen, just so I had a traumatic experience when I was 7 with spiders. I got locked in a basement and I had spiders crawling all over me for hours. Can we just not ever just deal with spiders? All right, you know what? That's not a horrible thing that we can like. It's not going to be a showstopper. It's not like, oh, we're going to be running a demon pit of the Spider Queen, right? It's not the theme. No discussion of meat or cruelty to any living. Now, apparently, that's like you couldn't discuss cruelty to living creatures unless they were fictitious. And not saying that, oh, well, that's not a real dog. No, because there are real dogs. You can't. But like an owlbear, you can be cruel to the owl. You can kill the owlbear.
Oh, because it's a fictitious species.
But then can you eat the owlbear? That becomes my question. Because I am that.
Interesting. I mean,
Yeah, So I mean, where do you draw that line? And at the same time, you have to accommodate
well,
yourself.
it's like I understand she's very excited and
Hey,
enthusiastic about
that's
veganism, and like
you put
that's a really wonderful thing.
You
like that
put it so
can
nicely.
Be,
no,
that you can be
no.
so. Let me finish.
I know, but I want to point out. But
that you could be so spiritually involved that
that's not spiritual evolution.
That you cannot eat meat or like make that happen for yourself. That's great, but not everybody's in that position,
right?
And not everybody has that vision of what
not everybody
spiritual
Not everybody
development
wants
means in
that.
that way.
That's like me coming into a game and saying, "Hey, listen, I'm Catholic,
Right.
and therefore all priests and clerics in this game must conform to Catholic rituals."
Right.
Or yeah,
It becomes a religious thing. And it's interesting how food and things that we kind of don't give a lot of weight
Mhm.
become pretty big issues. So it's like,
right.
it feels to this group, it might feel like, oh, this girl's coming in here and she's so enthusiastic that she's trying to change our group. She's trying to um turn us into vegans or whatever.
And
Yes.
that was like that
Yeah.
was like my feeling on it. And
Mhm.
here's another way. And actually, I think this is even more accurate. Okay, listen, I am like a super, and if you are, forgive me, I'm not calling you out. All right, I'm a super born again Christian, and I can't have any kind of magic or magical effects, or dare we say it, spells,
Oh, that's
or
not the game for you.
in my game. I want to play I want to play fantastical, but no spells. Oh, no demons or devils. But you can call them Biatsu or some crap like that.
What's left?
Oh,
Yeah.
what's left, right?
Yeah.
So it's you're coming in and you're making demands, and now here's the GM, and as that GM who essentially, I'm going to say, capitulated, and maybe that's too strong a word, but he basically him and he helped the rest of the group capitulate. Like the player who was enjoying playing a cook, a chef. Well, I guess I'm making biscuits every morning, but no gravy. Ho ho ho! What's good to know?
Well, he has a lot more challenge because he's gonna have to find a lot more different stuff to make different vegan appropriate things.
I think
So he'll have his challenges, but he'll be able to do it.
But I mean, this isn't only about gaming, right? I mean, this is if somebody entered your social group and then told your social group what was appropriate and not appropriate, is
Right.
right, because your social group is often formed organically, and you're adding somebody to it. No, wait, what do you mean? I can't. Uh, Dude, we always get together
Well, yeah,
and have Chinese food on Tuesdays.
Yeah, it
And
sounds like this person's saying that this is not the group for her, but doesn't want to say it exactly. She wants to put that person in a position of power where, like, girly pop, you have to assert your own power and, just realize, okay, I might not be able to turn these guys.
Right.
That's okay. Let me keep looking.
Right.
If that was so uncomfortable for me,
I mean, Kenny, I don't like this girl. Tell her the group broke up and is no longer gaming. Then change the location of the game. We had done that, and it's like, oh yeah, we're no longer gaming. We're taking a week off, and we're coming back as a new group. Actually, honest to God story, we did that as rookie cops with our carpool. All right, because we had one gentleman. I use that term loosely. Who was a real pain in the ass. All right, real demanding, just like this individual here. I'll just use the first name, Jason. And Jason was very, very demanding. And we had a four-person.
Oh yes.
We had a four-person carpool, and first, the female officer dropped out of the carpool. She was like,
I don't know about these guys.
So now our demanding individual would tell us things like, oh, well, you can't get me to my apartment before we work 6 to 2s until like 2:45. It's like, well, dude, we get in the clean. We gotta wait like 20 minutes. Well, I can't get there early because I need to get there after my roommate's gone to his overnight job, so I can clear my shit out and move out before he knows that I left. This guy,
how Irish of him.
I don't, just how fucking cheap he was. He would run out on roommates overnight. Swear to God. So, and he would get demanding if somebody got caught with a little overtime in the end, and well, you're gonna be stuck for half an hour. We have to wait. Oh, we can't wait for so and so. It's like, dude, you're not supplying the car ever. You're not driving ever. Just shut up and
go get you a coffee or whatever. It's New York. There's always something open.
So my carpool partner, who was also a frequent partner of mine, we were all rookies at the time. He's like, and we used to go out. Me and my carpool partner would want to go out drinking, but we'd have to take this one guy who's like the last person on the carpool list home first, and then go out drinking near. So like, oh, what a pain in the ass. I would never hang out. So it was like, Eric, I goes, I think we have to end the carpool. I'm like, really? Yeah. So no carpool tomorrow. Okay. He goes, but meet me around the block from the precinct. For what? For a ride home, but it's not a carpool. Carpool is dead.
Right, the carpool is dead. You're just gonna, go
You're just
leave
bumming
with
it.
your friend.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
bumming a ride. So, and that's how we, and then that's how we got rid of Jason. Of course, like a bad penny, he followed me to my next command, but that's another.
Oh my God, really?
Oh, jeez. This is the one individual who I was on a one story with Jason is that he complained that nobody ever let him drive. We were rookies. We very rarely got into a car initially. So one time we're on a foot post together. It was a horrible time, by the way. And Sergeant pulls up and goes, "Hey, Sector Ready is taking lost time. They're leaving early. Can you guys hop in the car for the next 4 hours? Just tell them that you're a new Sector Ready. So if they didn't give back a job, if they didn't like finalize something, it's not on us." I'm like, "Yeah. All right, hop in the back of my car. We'll drive back to the station house. We get the keys." I go, "Jason, you complain that you never drive. Here's the keys." "Well, I don't want the keys." I'm like, "Dude, you complain you never drive. Take the goddamn keys." "No, you drive." All right. "Jason, if I'm driving, you're the recorder. It means you man the radio. Tell Central that we're 98."
He's like, "Can I sit in the back, please?"
Yeah, like, "Jason, tell Central we're 98 and tell them we're a new Sector Ready." "I'll just tell her we're 98. "No, Jason, you got to tell her we're a new Sector Ready because they're holding jobs. We don't want jobs that they're holding. Or, they didn't get back. They didn't finalize something." Like, so I went over and goes, "Well, I could have done that." I go, "You weren't doing it." So we do our next 2 hours of patrol. We're out there, and Jason is manning the radio. He wouldn't hear our Sector Radio on the air, 2680. Or it's like, "Jason, it's us." "What?" "It's us." "Huh?" "That's us. Answer the radio." Oh. So then 2 hours of it. We have another 2 hours left. I'm like, "Hey, Jason, listen, give me your activity log. I need to catch up on the jobs that we just did, like answered 5 jobs. Let me write them down in my book." "Huh?" "I mean, huh?" He goes, "Well, I was working on radio. I thought you were writing everything down." I'm like, "You dumb mother. I'm driving. How the hell am I writing?" Well, I had a radio in my one hand. I'm like,
He never learned that? What was he doing?
Rach, she never should have been a cop. In any case, so I go back to the station house, put us out administrative, and I go to our 124 room officer, the one that handled the records, answer the phone. I go, "Hey, listen, can you do me a favor? Can you run the last 2 hours of jobs for Sector Ready?" He goes, "Why?" He was being an ass. I go, "Because I have Jason as a partner." I looked at Jason and went, "I probably don't want to know, do I?" I'm like, "No, you don't want to know because then I have to tell the sergeant, and I don't want to tell the sergeant." So he prints out the jobs. We go back to our car. I go, "Jason, these are the jobs, time, location, everything, initial code, finalized code. We gave it back on. Can you?" Okay, so now, Jason, are you going to drive? "I don't want to drive." "Are you going to work the radio and write down the jobs?" "Well, I could do one or the other." I go,
Yeah, you need to put him in the house.
I drove, I worked the radio. He took down the jobs. I came in at the end of the tour and I went to my sergeant. I said, "Sarge," he's like, "Yeah. If you ever want to give me Jason as a partner again, please assign me to a hospitalized prisoner that has AIDS or some other disease that we didn't know about."
The tuberculosis.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
take the tuberculosis risk.
give me somebody. Give me the worst we have that nobody wants.
You're not going to pay with the bloodborne pathogens.
Yeah.
That's not going to be like a thing.
Yeah. The TB ones we had
The
occasionally.
TB guys, where it's terrible.
So I was like, I'm not doing this again. But there are people that are like that. They're demanding. I don't want to. If you can't multitask, there's certain jobs that aren't meant for you. I don't think working a radio and writing something on a scrap piece of paper is multitasking either. But that's
No.
besides me. So,
It's like taking an intake over the phone. You're typing in their information as you're asking them questions and listening to them say the answer.
yeah. Blaine, how did they find this player? Are they that essential to the group or game? No, they were apparently. It looks like they were the mutual friend of somebody or
Yeah.
multiple members of the group, and they were brought in, and they were a good fit otherwise, except for the fact that they demanded everything be changed for them. Apparently, they were a good fit. I don't. The game looked to me like it might have been online, but I'm not 100% sure.
Hmm.
Yes, David, you're right. Yeah, they had mutual friends in the group, but that doesn't mean that you're a good fit for the group. You know, yeah, yes, Don. There's always that one guy, and the fact that this one followed me like a bad penny to my next command was, uh jeez, just not good. Clan Rogers will never appease everyone. A change to make one person happy will just as likely upset someone else. Uh, this case, you were upsetting the player who was enjoying spending there 5 minutes, which I would have found annoying, by the way. If you can spend 5 minutes detailing how you're making the pork, well, first I got to skin it, well, then I got to gut it, then I got to braise the meat. I don't care, dude. Just like I don't want to hear about your trip to the brothel, right? I don't need to hear about that.
We don't need those details.
We don't need to hear those details. I had friends that were like, "Oh, dude, I hit on the bartender." I'm like, "All right, so what happens?" All right, next morning she leaves your room. No, I wanted details. I'm like, dude, I'm a grown man. I am not giving another grown man details about fictitious sex. If you really need to know about fictitious sex, there's books about it. I won't tell you who that was.
No, we'll leave there. Aww. Poor boy.
Blaine, well, maybe the new player with the demands can take the mantle of DM going forward. You know what? And that's another good point. If you are going to be in that position where you want to make all the decisions, right? The campaign world is something that the GM designs, runs as a homebrew, and now all of a sudden the player's telling you, "Nah, I don't want any of this in your campaign. And if you don't do what I tell you, you're being intentionally cruel to me." And take up the mantle of GM, and all the forest creatures live happily ever after, and Bambi and the wolf are best of friends. They never. The wolf somehow eats berries, and and is perfectly fine doing so. And
Oh, right. That me. What is that?
the circle of life.
Right. Like cats and dogs. They're dependent to me. Has it omni?
Uh, uh,
I can't remember.
omnivore.
I guess, but they're dependent to me, and if
Oh,
they
no,
just eat a vegetable,
carnivore is dependent on meat. Many animals are omnivores on some side of the spectrum, but because like your cat and your dog
yeah, you
are
can't sit here and
omnivores.
just give your
No,
cat vegetables.
no,
You
no.
know, it needs some meat,
Although,
or they'll be sick.
but a lot of those cheap cat foods, there's a lot of grain in those cheap cat
Yeah,
foods.
yeah. That lady we were watching
Well, I just know this
on
from
the YouTube.
when I was a kid. Our cat Misty, she loved, as in, give me more corn.
Oh,
Kernels of corn, because cornmeal is one of the stretchers that in cheap
oh,
cat food.
sure, it was familiar to
Yeah, it's
me.
like, this is cool. I like this. Don, people do not realize how much police really put their asses on the line for everyone. Yeah,
It's true.
And I will say this, and Rachel's heard me say this before. Um, what I missed most about being an active officer on patrol was the adrenaline rush. And I didn't realize I missed it until I went back to it years ago for a brief period of time after Hurricane Sandy. And when, holy shit, it's a high. It is a physical high. And thank God I was working with one of my detectives, much smarter than I am when it comes to things like realizing your age, Ivan. And Ivan's like, "Hey, Sarge, you're happy today." I'm like, "Yeah, man, this was good. I'm pumped." He goes, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He goes, "So, we're in our 40s, right?" I went, "What's your point, Ivan?" He's like, "Yeah, well, we're in our 40s. And when we were in our 20s and 30s and kicking ass, this was cool, right?" I goes, "Yeah." you're gonna go home from this and take like a 4-hour nap, get up for an hour, and then go to sleep for the night. Like, nah. I go,
Because your legs are gonna be hurting.
yeah. He goes, no, dude. I goes, dude, no, seriously. I'm telling you, it feels good.
In the
But
moment.
in the moment. And, he goes, and besides which, and again, we were out there working Hurricane Sandy right after it. It was like working the aftermath of a war zone. He's like, I promised Rachel one thing: I'd get you home every every evening from this safely. And he goes, and the only way I can keep that promise is if you stop thinking about the adrenaline rush and thinking about going home to Rach. I went, you suck, Ivan. But he was right.
Mm-hmm.
He was right,
And you were hurting for days.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like Rachel, I can't tell my shoes.
But yeah, because you forget in the moment sometimes. Tom, welcome.
Hello.
David Thompson was face to face as the DM. Oh, it was face to face. Sorry, my bad. All their snacks were now vegan. So I can't have my beef jerky. Well, beef jerky was big at my gaming group. You're telling me I can't eat my beef jerky because you're excuse my French, fucking vegan?
I don't even know if I'm just thinking of traditional gamer fare Doritos. I don't know if that's vegan.
Is the cheese real?
It's animal fat.
Oh yeah,
and possibly cheese.
Yeah,
some derivative of cheese.
Right. Yeah. Can I eat my my ring dings?
Yeah.
No trips to Wendy's. By the way, Chick-fil-A is coming out with a faux chicken, a veggie chicken substitute for their chicken. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's Wendy's?
No, not Wendy's. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is coming.
Chick-fil-A. Oh, that sounds like a Chick-fil-A thing.
That doesn't sound like a Chick-fil-A thing.
Keep up with it.
Hi, we're closed on Sundays, but we're going to give you fake meat. No, come on. David, the Vegans Monster Manual was renamed Friends You Have Not Met Yet. Oh, God. Well, no, they're allowed to. Well. The Vegan Monster Manual was renamed Friends You Have Not Met Yet but you see, they're allowed to kill things in the Monster Manual if they aren't, something you can find in real life. So again, the owlbear. I want to know what's going to happen with the owlbear. You kill the owlbear. Do you eat it afterwards? What it is? Did these medieval societies produce enough vegan material for them to not have meat? I'd like to know that one too. And to take cheese out of the diet. Hey, you're all working these high impact jobs, very stressful, very use up a lot of calories, and you need a lot of muscle. No protein, no fat. Just carb.
Well, I guess protein and fat come from naturally derived. Not from animals.
They're not growing soy, Rach. In my fantasy world doesn't have soy, so you're not going to get your soy substitute for your protein. I'm sorry.
I don't know how they're doing it because I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
like.
We've got
fun of it like that.
We've got magic. We got magic spells, and my magic spells.
But I know they have their ways of making things.
Oh, in real world
that
life,
satisfy
the
like a craving for meat or like a.
Listen, we've had the Impossible Burger. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't saying it was bad.
I couldn't quite tell the difference.
It was drier. It was drier and thinner. I wasn't impressed. I wasn't like, ooh, let's do this again. It's like, okay, I can take that. I can mark that off my checklist of things to do. I've had my Impossible Burger. I'm happy now. Blaine, this is even worse with the vegan snacks. You either bring snacks for yourself or you coordinate and bring something for everyone. Not just catering for one person. You're right. It's my snacks for me. If I want to eat and it's vegan.
Pork rinds or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I smell it so obnoxious.
I want my pork rinds, beef jerky, and cheese. Because vegan, you can't even have cheese, right? You can't even have.
No, you can't have anything from an animal. No milk, no dairy.
No.
And eggs. A lot of plant-based people don't take dairy either, but
but they're plant based. What's the difference? All right, hold on. Since we're here, and you brought it up, plant based and vegan. What's the
Plant-based, I think, is a lot less strict than vegan.
Oh, so I can have my occasional piece of bacon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, yeah.
all right.
And I think you do it for different reasons. Like maybe people do plant-based for health reasons more so than
What I want
than spiritual reasons. Because like I usually think of people that are vegan, maybe that they it's associated a lot with the yoga lifestyle, the concept of ahimsa, like one of the first concepts I learned in the yoga philosophy, which is uh, to not harm. And that's the reason why a lot of yogis are vegans, so they don't take anything from an animal. They don't, you know, but plant-based, I think the philosophy that the reason is
all right. So
different too.
and vegetarian is I can still eat fish.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, I think they can.
I think vegetarian, like we have vegetarians that we know that they will have egg, they will
right.
have
we're not trying
milk, or they'll have
don't-
cheeses, but they won't eat the flesh.
Right. Don't. By the way, folks, don't think that we're trying to educate you on this, because trust us, there's no education on this.
No. I'm
We
just
don't know-
saying what I think I understand from folks.
Right. I mean, and another honest to God true story. Back in my 20s, I dated a girl who suddenly became vegetarian. With the exception of every other weekend, you had to go to Cozy Soup and Burger and have a bacon cheeseburger. and I was like, I don't understand how this makes you vegetarian. And the answer was, I can make it about 2 weeks without a bacon cheeseburger.
Okay.
And then I need my bacon cheeseburger, and the clock would start again. I guess.
I mean, yeah, and some people find that helpful to their health. Like this person might not have been doing a vegetarian thing, for the spirituality piece.
So David has another point. I didn't think of this one, Dave. I give you credit for that, man. Wait, D&D with no leather armor? What the fuck will thieves do?
God.
Without offending the vegan. No leather armor, no sheaths. No leather sheath for your weapon?
Why can't it be vegan armor?
Yeah. Can we have
whatever they make the vegan Dr. Martens with?
Yes. Can we can be
leather?
vegan? I want it to be vegan leather. You mean plastic? No. Vegan leather. They make that. It's naturally occurring in the most artificial way. No, it's. Sorry, I need a spell for leather. Oh no, you mean pleather.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I want. Well, that's why it's fantasy,
Again, this you can find a group that fits you. Don't try to make a group
fit you.
Yes. See,
I mean, I think too, it's like when you make certain lifestyle choices, you understand that by and large people don't make the same choice, and that this is something that's solely yours, and you have to be okay with other people having other beliefs and lifestyles.
But apparently that's not good. If you don't agree with me, you're being cruel, and that's a cop out. That is putting your shit.
It was cruel to her or cruel to
her,
the animals, or both.
Oh, I think she was taking it as a personal. So Blaine, the irony is in the first edition AD&D, the druid is a monster to the vegan, since they can only wear leather armor. The defender of nature.
Huh.
There you go.
Wow.
Wait, do you think that the first edition druid doesn't eat the flesh of animals? I mean, come on, dude. I'm pretty sure they do. According to Tom, Hitler was a vegetarian but would eat blood sausage every so often. Well,
only the best.
Or at least that's what Tom has heard on the internet. And the internet is good. It's good for source.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Mark Felton has anything about.
Oh yeah. Oh my. I actually Mark Felton's.
He's got a lot of deep stuff about.
Yeah, it's like, did you the truth of Hitler's fourth cousins Trip from peasant to Reichsmarshal in the Air Force. And it's like, and then the music is just perfectly great as it goes through.
Dun, 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 dun.
Rachel be sitting in this room with her headphones on, listening to her own shit.
Then it comes out. I'm always singing.
She's like, "Oh my god, I gotta hear it." It's like the Hitler
now.
channel, but that's something. It's like, all right, Hitler's
Yeah, that
Jewish.
music I'll hear. I'll be like, oh, let me take it out.
Hitler's Jewish SS. Like what? He has what? Did I hear that right? It's like, oh my god, the Russian soldiers that served in the Waffen SS. It's like that rebelled in France. It's like Jesus. It's like, oh, there's 7 of them. All right, but all right, still, I give you credit. Okay, all right. Thank you, sir. Blaine, I suppose linothorax linen armor could work. I'm not even sure what the hell that is. Hey, I'll be talking latex because I don't think that would work.
Wait, what is it? Linothorax?
I don't know. I placed
No, he means you had that little puppy. Is that what you mean?
No, I don't think he meant feltothoraxis.
Oh,
it would be funny. Kenny, all this vegan talk is giving me a craving for a steak. I tried the Burger King stacker tonight. And actually, it wasn't bad. Earlier this afternoon, late this afternoon.
I had Bacon King.
Bacon King, 2 Whopper-sized patties, bacon, cheese, and nothing else. We don't want to distract you with vegetables on your stuff.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Keep it simple, stupid.
And for anybody asking, the kitty's back having her water.
Oh yeah, I see her.
She likes to make it a point. She's like, I'm the center of attention on the screen.
She is. She's a center point.
Don, please no to the N-word. We did the one that sounds like Yahtzee. We do not need any TSR alumni showing up.
No, we don't need to summon them.
David, help! I'm being oppressed. Dave, you're great.
He's being oppressed and he can't get up.
Help! I'm being oppressed and I can't get up. Yes.
Life alert!
Oh. Yeah, you don't see Life Alert commercials anymore. I guess because everybody has cell phones. Like
occasionally you do.
Occasionally.
On the old people channels like Fox News and stuff.
On Lifetime.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen Lifetime.
Yeah, we don't watch the movies for women where every man is a scumbag. Sorry, it's true. Greek hoplite armor was linen armor with glue. Okay. I guess they didn't have it. I guess you weren't making too much. I guess they didn't have much in the way of leathery animals over there in ancient Greece. All right, but I guess you can design your world like that. I'm pretty sure this world wasn't designed like that. And it's like, well, just pretend leather armor comes from another source. Leather armor grows on trees. It's tree bark. Trust me, and it's nice and subtle, or subtle. I should say the right word, shouldn't I? Blaine, linothorax that the Greeks used in the classical period. All right, so it's these goddamn Greeks causing trouble with their armor. If I don't want leather, go to the Greeks. They figured out some alternate. They also have Greek fire. We haven't figured out that one. Yes, Tom. Yahtzee. And by the way, we had the Yahtzee. Where were we having? Oh, at the bar a week and a half ago. Somehow Yahtzee came up, and we had a woman halfway down the bar goes, yes, and Yahtzee's when you get 6 of a number. And I went, oh, I was like, that doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure 5. And I think it's no, it's 6. All right, well, it's not your conversation, but okay, thank you.
Oh, she was so cute though.
I didn't say that to her. I'm thinking in my head, it's not your conversation.
She was so sweet.
And then I had to look it up because I'm like, I know it's 5. And my phone's saying it's 5. And I'm like,
I think I might have asked you. It came up, and then somehow the Yahtzee, and I was like, how many dice are in that game?
6.
And it was like, is it D6s? Like, is it regular dice?
Yeah. She's like,
I know they go in a can, and you scream Yahtzee bitches when you get the right thing, but I don't know what the right thing was.
David, has anyone seen my privilege? I seem to have lost it. Dave, it's under the table.
Mhm.
All right. It got kicked there by your neighbor. Trust me. You could find it. But you might need to get those new glasses from the government. And I know how it is for you guys in the UK. So I'm sorry. Might take a while. Although I think Canada has slower healthcare than you all have right now. But
Really?
yeah, that's
Hmm.
American healthcare is either great or sucks shit, depending on where you are on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not like everybody's like, it's like really good, and it's not. Doesn't mean that you're wealthy. It means that you just have a job that has good healthcare. So you're really good, or you have a job that has shit healthcare, and then you're really low. So, uh, but oh my god. So, uh, as an aside, going back to our earlier topic of the stress of having no heat, the stress of having no heat and me running up and down stairs and clomping through the hallway. Rach heard me downstairs going for the tinfoil, by the way.
You were annoyed. You were annoyed by that. Your whole the way that you were stepping was just like so fucking annoyed.
What the fuck is going on
I
here?
have to get this tinfoil shit out. It's not gonna do any good.
It's like my house for a tinfoil. Tinfoil.
Oh, because the tinfoil is
What?
the tinfoil is crazy huge.
No.
I don't even know where to put my hand to show how big the tinfoil is.
I couldn't even find that. It must be deeper in the
Oh.
closet. I just saw a spare piece of tinfoil. And this is all the shit I got.
No, it's like
No, I know.
that far off the
Well, along, yeah,
it's like the Costco.
yeah, along with their cellophane wrap or whatever.
Oh God, yeah.
But so like last night before going to bed. So now this is how I don't do this to cheat my Apple Watch, but I find that if I do a workout at night, it doesn't have to be long, 6 to 12 minutes of stretches and shadow boxing. I find it. I sleep better. My heart rate gets a better dip. She tried to get off the screen to blow her now. She's being polite. So I try to do between 6 and 12 minutes, but I always try to do it at the turn of the hour. So I get 2 stands on my Apple Watch. Yes, gaming the system. I must be a rules lawyer. So I did about 12, 13 minutes last night. Well, by the time we got back from Home Depot, and I was so worked up and going up and down the stairs, from upstairs down to the basement. I'm like, holy shit! I've got like 24 minutes of exercise between.
Well, you don't stand that long, so when you were standing there screwing the thing into the wall, it was like that was like a long time for you to stand.
Yeah, I was much better though. Thank God I decided to move the couch out of the way because
you've been sinking in there.
Oh my God! So my exercise today has been that, and when Rach is going to do the exercise bike after we wrap this up, and
treadmill.
The treadmill. Sorry, the exercise, but not the treadmill. And then I pictured a treadmill, but I said exercise bike. That tells you that I'm getting senior, folks. This gray hair.
Everybody's allowed.
This gray hair. Well, it started turning really gray when they made me the CEO of the liaison office towards the Civilian Complaint Review Board, and then in retirement it went more gray. I don't know what the heck that is. Now I'm going to be like the silver fox. That Tenkar the silver fox. No, maybe so.
You're allowed to be a silver fox.
I'm going to be a silver fox.
Because you're crazy as a fox.
Crazy as a fox. So now, just a heads up, next weekend, I don't know if they're going to be at Gamers Health yet. And the reason why I say I don't know, we don't like to miss them. It recharges our batteries up. It allows us to share with you all, catch up. And like I said, it was pointed out to me, the other live streams, the other videos on this channel, you hang out with Tenkar. Here you hang out with Eric and Rach, and it's a different dynamic, and I enjoy it. But we're going to be at TotalCon next week. We're going to be there Thursday through Sunday. Sunday. So it's going to mean that we don't have games scheduled in the evening, but we don't know how the hangout's going to work out. So we'll have an idea probably Friday after we start catching up with people that we haven't seen for a while. What's going to happen Saturday night? could it possible Saturday night we'll go back to the hotel room and go, let's get her done. Certainly. The only issue is we'll be working off my laptop, so might not have as good a view of your messages, your chat as we are now, but we've made it work in the past. We've done it up in the Poconos
And not Texas.
and in Texas. Oh, in Texas, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we did keep. I would do a lot of this stuff. So you're gonna get a
Like
lot.
me. They see that every week when I look here.
You're gonna get to see my paws, folks.
Yeah, extreme close up of the eye.
Yes. So, but so like today, I've got
They'll be able to see your retinas.
I've got 27 minutes of exercise. Holy shit!
I have 4.
I got 27 exercise and 11 stands in. Usually, I don't close my stands.
Oh, mine are closed.
You close your stands before you wake up half the time.
Yeah.
The answer is 16.
Huh?
What the?
I have no idea why that answer is 16, but okay.
What's the meaning of the universe? Oh yeah.
16?
Yeah. Hold on a second. What's the name of this thing? It isn't a lot.
Siri.
Siri, what's the meaning of the universe? Alrighty then. She doesn't know what the meaning of the universe is.
Okay.
But 16 is the answer to something. We don't really know what the answer is to. Other than that, let's see what the updates are. Tomorrow I get my up dosage of Mounjaro. So that's going to, because you now
Let's see the impact of that.
and see an impact. The last, I there are times when I will 2 or 3 days after my injection, I'll cut like this. The background noise you have becomes more than just the background,
Yeah.
and it doesn't last long. Maybe for a couple of hours, and I generally only like once during that week. But it is what it is, and you got to adjust to it. And but at least that's covered, not under the insurance, but under the patient assistance because I have insurance. Making sure that my doc makes sure that they call in the correct code when they fill the prescription.
Oh, your diagnosis code.
My diagnosis code, because they have to know it's for type 2 diabetes. Otherwise, the patient assist doesn't kick in. But if the patient assist kicks in, then a full month is $25. More than fair when it works. David, good night. Find your privilege. Find your privilege, damn it. We're gonna ask you about it next Thursday. See if you found it. So just gonna make sure you look long and hard. And then and I got to make a phone call tomorrow or Monday, and deal with OptRx, which is my my prescription plan / pharmacy for most of my long-term meds. Because apparently I think I've run out of my benefits for my Brilinta. When I say run out of benefits, I'm not paying full retail, but I'm not getting the patient assist and without the patient assist, it's being raked over the coals and yeah. So it's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
But I have to,
we like you living.
Yeah, so I have to actually give the verbal authorization for them to charge me
the price.
The price. So I will do that. I will do that tomorrow. Other than that, Rach, what updates on your end?
Oh, last week I was talking about exercise and maybe setting the alarm to wake up a little earlier on the days where I'm worried that I might not get it in. I got it in on Tuesday because Tuesdays and Thursdays were hard. And then on Thursday, I didn't get it in the morning, but I, and then when I came home, I had a really bad headache and I didn't associate what it was from. And then after another couple of days, I finally associated what it was from. And we took care of it. We moved one of the lights in the room. My eyes are very sensitive to certain lights and position of lights. So, yeah, we were able to change that. But, every other day, then Thursday, I got my exercise in. So that was happy. It's improvement from last week. And, we'll just keep on working towards that.
Tom, Tammy says hi. She can join the chat. It seems to think she's not a subscriber.
Oh, that's
I
weird.
have no idea. Now, listen. So we were we were demonetized for the longest time, 32 days to be exact. We are remonetized now. Again, the reason why we're demonetized isn't because of any violations of YouTube policy. It's because I was trying to relink my blog to AdSense, and to do so, I had to delink it from everything that was attached to it at the moment, and then I could relink it. They didn't mention that the relinking would take 32 days. So 32 days later, I am.
Maybe that impacted
So
subscribers.
it could have, because
Like it can knock people out.
I believe Tammy was a supporter.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know most of the supporters got renewed Thursday, I think it was.
Okay.
But I'm really not sure. But YouTube gets hiccups once in a while. Don, I used to get bit headaches at night. Turns out it was the LED backlighting I used on my monitors.
Yeah.
I installed.
Yeah, we'd gotten new light bulb, and
right, that bulb hadn't been working in a while.
Yeah.
So then we got.
I didn't realize what was doing it.
So yeah, Tom, it could be that Tammy was a supporter, and then somehow YouTube, when the support was paused, somehow unsubscribed her. I don't know. Sometimes and here's the great thing about YouTube: if you need customer support, that's the response you're going to get. I'll give you the response.
Cricket.
Because there's no way to contact them really. Or I should say that I did ask a question, and my response was crickets. Crickets, crickets, crickets. So, okay, Sarah. And
the world of YouTube.
So now here's an interesting thing. So now we've been hanging with our niece twice a week, usually taking her out to Friendlies for a late lunch. And at the same time, I've put on about, 5 pounds over the last month. And I was like, oh my God. Am I retaining water? No, I'm retaining fucking ice cream. All right. Because we go to Friendlies, you get your meal and ice cream, and it twice a week is just way too much. So we're finding alternate for at least one of those days. So
yes.
Alternate, not just for the I can't eat ice cream Sundays twice a week, along with a huge meal, but also I can't afford Friendlies twice a week for 3 people as we all eat, because it just adds up. It's worse than a bar bill.
Yeah.
Rumor has it.
It's definitely more than our bar bill.
Yeah.
On Tuesday night.
Rumor has it that customer support only kicks in after 100K subs. Well, I won't be there. I am not worried about that. We could take. I don't even know if Questing Beast is there, but or Professor DM. I'll be happy to hit 10K. When I hit 10K subs, I'll be a happy pig and poop. But I'm happy where I'm at too. Number of subscribers has been awesome. The number of active subscribers participating in comments, not just in the live streams, but in the daily videos, has been amazing. I love seeing the different names, the new names, even today. Aww. People like Blaine. Yeah. I love to see new people checking into the live streams, because, listen, I understand live streams are not for everybody, and sometimes live streams you pop in, you pop out. That's what it's meant to do. But it's also meant for you to be able to interact with the people that you engage with, that you listen to. And Saturdays, like I said, is as much for us as it is for you. This is a smaller crowd for the live stream, but we're not talking strictly games. Definitely game related topics. right? But we're talking stuff that goes a bit beyond that. And a lot of our conversation most weeks is influenced by the comments from the live stream. It makes us very happy. I look forward to this every week. I really do. You know, sometimes I tell you, I took a nap for like an hour beforehand. Yes, I'm 55. I take a nap about 3 days, 4 days a week. But usually on the weekends, it seems like the naps come in because I'm catching up. But I am. I look forward to this throughout the day
Yes.
because I know it's like, hey, I can just let my hair down, which is way too much anyway. It's a damn haircut. But it's just a very pleasant way to close out the week. So now, slightly, totally different topic. I think that the next series that Rachel and I are going to binge watch is Picard season 3.
Yeah, it had good reviews
Yeah, and
from somebody who's not really very forgiving.
yes, the critical drinker.
Is that his name?
Yes, and figure we
He was like the drinking Scotsman.
yeah we tapped out in the middle of season 1.
Yeah.
Just couldn't do it. It was like it wanted to feel familiar, and at the same time, it felt like shit. So I was like,
yeah, that's it. You couldn't. It was hard to get invested in the characters.
Yeah, and even couldn't get invested in Picard. He was such a loser.
Right, he was a shell of himself.
Yes. So it wasn't. So it was like, well, you old effing man. This is not how I want to see this character go out.
No.
So apparently, season 3 is the resurrection. We'll have to see that. And a lot of nods to the fans. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll have to.
You have to give them a chance to redeem themselves.
Yep. Oh, actually, we have another series that we've been just started kicking off.
The Recruit.
The Recruit.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Recruit. Much. Very good. More entertaining than either one of us had expected. So we're not
very cute.
Yeah.
A young CIA agent.
And being hazed by, I mean, there's a
trying
lot
to get used to what is this place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I could see a lot of cognates, a lot of similarities with not just my early time on the job, which there was a lot of hazing on that time, but even some of my time in internal affairs when I first got there. When I first got to internal affairs, I was pulled aside and said, I was told flat out, the only friends that you can make outside of your specific unit is in our sister unit, the training unit, and possibly the mice unit, group 7. That was our computer guys. Everybody else you can't trust because everybody else is looking to move ahead, even if they got to step on a body.
Who explains you? Who orients you to this stuff? Your supervisor?
Like fellow supervisor, fellow sergeant. Actually, Michelle did.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, and she was a former sergeant. She was my sergeant when I was a cop. And
right, she was always your mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's overreacting. And then I started seeing the politics that went on in this place. And I was like, holy shit. Maybe a little overreacting, not by much. Not by much. So it was certainly it was an interesting learning experience, I gotta say that. So but the Recruit, there's a lot, not to the extent that nobody sent me to a foreign country without a diplomatic passport. Didn't have my fingernail pulled out nonchalantly. It's a little bit of torture. Nothing like that. But they do this series. It's done well. We'll see how we're only a few episodes in. We'll see how it holds up over the rest of the season, but it's been pretty good thus far.
It's cute.
So, and other than that, we watch a lot of YouTube. We watch enough YouTube that's worth me doing YouTube Premium and getting rid of the commercials. Because otherwise, I'd be like, I gotta keep this remote in my hand constantly to skip commercials. I don't do that. So folks, we are. I don't know if this is the witching hour, but we're coming up on about, I don't know, hour and 10 minutes into the show,
Mhm.
into the live stream. And I think that we are going to wrap this up. Again, I'll let you all know via social media if we're going to be on next Saturday, if we're punting for a
Good.
week. I'm assuming that next Friday's live stream is not going to be on. Wednesday will. Wednesday is good. That'll be the
Oh,
next
the
live.
boys.
Yeah, the boys might have to get. They're going to be very upset.
Mm.
They're going to be very upset. Oh, we might have a bonus on Monday.
Unless you just do it, but like put a cap on it.
Maybe we may do it. We may have a bonus on Monday. Not sure if it's going to be live or not. Rob Conley and Rob has agreed to discuss the Creative Commons licenses and break them down. It's important if you're looking at the 5.1 SRD to know what your rights are, what your obligations are on the Creative Commons. So, Rob is not a lawyer, but you wouldn't know it when it comes to things like licenses and contracts. He's very, very wired in. All right, folks. Oh wow, look at that. We didn't even discuss men. The
Oh.
yeah.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
I got enough.
Get enough kind of
Yeah.
yeah. So, folks, thank you. Ken, thank you. We'll try to have a safe. We can drive, thank God.
Yeah.
I prefer cons I can drive to. North Texas, I'll make an exception. As always, thank you for joining us in this live stream. Be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well.
Take good care.
I'll be back tomorrow with some more content. God knows what, just at this point, but something. Laters.
Bye.